What is happening, everybody? Welcome back. And if it's your first time here, just plain welcome. Today we're going to talk about fiery but mostly peaceful boycotts. And yes, we are going to talk about Tesla. In case you've been living under a rock, you've probably seen the coverage. Tesla dealerships completely on fire, and yeah, we got to talk about it. God, do we have to talk about it. All right. Let's start with what is being sold by leftists, okay? And I've got a meme that kind of sums it up. And take a look at this one right here. Yeah, so what we're looking at here is obviously, trying to poke at the right, saying that, hey, yeah, you boycotted all this stuff and, because you bunch of snowflakes, and now we're boycotting something, you're losing your shit. It's a thing. That's where a lot of people are. In fact, this is right here. We're going to do a tweet that I picked up earlier. This was in response to Elon Musk basically asking, dude, what the hell? He said he's never hurt anybody. He makes products to try to make life better. Why this degree of hate? And of course, again, this is just, this is just a boycott. It's just a boycott. It's not. Jesus Christ, man. If you actually think this is a boycott, you're fucking retarded. It's not a boycott. A boycott is, I'm not going to buy your products. Bud Light got boycotted because they partnered with Dylan Mulvaney, who is just fucking laughable. Right? And whether you think that boycott was right or not, the fact is they just stopped buying Bud Light. A lot of places wouldn't sell it. A lot of people wouldn't drink it. And it went from the most popular beer in America to much further down on the list. Bud Light lost serious market share. Modelo became the most popular beer in the United States, and they've never really recovered. They fired people. They've tried to reach out to that part of America, and it's just not worked. Mostly because they've never actually apologized. Pretty much every other boycott has been kind of the same thing. They just stopped buying products there, and it either worked or it didn't work. That's the thing about boycotts. A lot of times they don't work because most people just don't give a shit. A Tesla boycott would probably actually accomplish even less in and of itself if it was a true boycott, because let's face it, most of these people can't afford a Tesla. Look, I'm not judging. I'm not criticizing you because you're broke. I can't afford a Tesla either. Now you dumb shits have made me want a Tesla where I never wanted one particularly before. I'm one who believes that electric vehicles are cool, but they're not ready for prime time. You're making me reevaluate that, you stupid fucks. And let's understand, these are being firebombed. Their dealerships have been shot at. Right? This is active violence. And this, oh God, this pisses me off. This is from The Daily Show. Listen to the audience's reaction to some of this. Let's just listen.
And some people are not content to just scream about Elon in a high school gym. They're taking to the streets or the parking lots.
Tonight, the FBI and ATF now investigating multiple cases of possible arson targeting Teslas and Cybertrucks.
This dramatic video shows multiple cars in flames. Police say the attacker used Molotov cocktails. It's the latest in more than a dozen instances of arson and vandalism targeting Tesla.
The same suspect shot more Teslas with a gun. Tesla Cybertrucks were set on fire in Kansas City, and earlier this month, shots fired at a Tesla dealership in Oregon. Cybertrucks on fire in Seattle.
Wow, you guys like petty acts of domestic terrorism, huh?
That's right. They literally applauded domestic terrorism. Now, though, they call them on that, but the kind of happy vibe is troubling because, yes, they are applauding domestic terrorism. It is not the worst domestic terrorism I've ever seen. I remember Oklahoma City, okay? I was sitting on a military base when that happened, and I thought we were about to go to war. Then it turned out it was domestic terrorism, and there was no one to bomb. Shit. But this is just because this isn't as severe doesn't mean that it's somehow better, right? You're still destroying stuff because you don't like Elon Musk. They're going around. They're keying people's Teslas. They're vandalizing their Teslas. They're destroying private property, people who already bought it, who may or may not agree with what Musk is doing with Doge. They don't care. They're seeing the cars and they're destroying them. It's stupid enough to give someone the middle finger because they're driving a car created by a company that you don't like the guy who runs it. Okay. It's stupid, but it's free speech. You have a right to be a fucking idiot. Go for it. Be an idiot. I don't care. But you cross the line when you start trying to key swastikas in people's cars. And then we got this jackass who took the idea of vandalism in very uncomfortable directions.
Do ba 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 do boo do a boo ba do boo boo ba do a do ba do ba do ba do ba do.
Yeah, in case you're not sure what just happened there, this guy reached into his butt crack and pulled out feces to spread on someone's Tesla. Who the fuck walks around with shit in their butt crack just in case they need to engage in a little light vandalism? Huh? What kind of sick bastard does this? Like, Chunky Boy, my guy, wipe your ass, okay? For all mankind, right? For everybody's sake. Because nobody wants to smell that shit. You're probably upset that Musk is doing whatever, but you're probably more upset that the women you want to sleep with are upset, and therefore you're going to try to, win them over like that. For the record, using your own feces, like slinging poo, like, a monkey at the zoo, not a date-getting strategy, okay? I am not somebody who should give dating advice, but I can tell you a few don'ts. This is right up there, right? It's right up there. Don't stalk her, don't hit her, don't, walk around with, your butt crack full of shit. Just don't. See, this unhinged stuff is what the left is today. In 2020, the left got violent. And not for any reason other than a cop went too far in an arrest in Minneapolis. Right? I'm not excusing the way Derek Chauvin made that arrest. I know there's, people, George Floyd had fentanyl in his system. I'm not enough of an expert to, say how much is enough to kill a guy. And I don't know how much of it was the way the arrest was made went too far. It doesn't fucking matter because every major city burned. Democrats all over the fucking country set fire to their own communities. Every major city. CNN tried to cover it as fiery but mostly peaceful protests. Hence my introduction on this video. And it went on for days and weeks and such. Why? This was what happened in Minneapolis. No one was excusing it, right? Nobody was really making a big thing about, well, yeah, George Floyd is a terrible person. He deserved everything. It wasn't happening. And they rioted all over the fucking country. Cities that had no issue, this wasn't happening. It happened. They had riots, right? This shit happened. Now we're seeing this shit again. Tesla dealerships being targeted. And then when they say, hey, we should treat this like domestic terrorism, you've got some dumbasses going, it's not. There's already laws on the books to deal with this. You don't need to call it terrorism. First of all, cheese dicks, fuck you. All right? This is violence intended and motivated by politics. Right? It's intended to create some kind of political change. They're trying to bully Elon Musk into walking away from Doge. They want him to quit. They want him to back off and go, I'm done. I'm not going to help save the American taxpayers billions of dollars every year. That's what they want, which is batshit fucking insane. This is where we are. Okay? So yeah, we've got a fiery but mostly peaceful boycott. Everything in quotation marks, obviously. And on that note, I'm kind of going to leave you with another meme. This one's funny. This one actually sums it up pretty well. All right. And really on that, that's pretty much all I've got. Jesus Christ, I don't believe people in this country. But you know what? I want to know what you think. Do you believe people in this country? Do you think, any of this is, really not a big deal? Is this really just how politics works now? Are both sides going to have to engage in this sort of thing in order to be heard? Or is this just the left being unhinged? Whatever you got to say, let me know down in the comments. I want to hear from you. While you're down there, hit like, subscribe, notification bell, all that stuff. You can also get a link down there to Liberty Shop. It's a good way to support the channel. You buy something there, I get a few bucks. Doesn't cost you anything extra. In fact, you even save a little bit. And on that note, I'm going to wrap it up here, and I will see you all in the next video.